Welcome to Sincil Bank. It was here 11 days ago that Adam Marriott picked the ball up just around about there, threaded it through perfectly to Nathan Arnold, who rounded the Ipswich goalkeeper, stuck it in the back of the net and sent Lincoln into the fourth round of the FA Cup. And this is going to be our home for the entirety of Football Focus. We'll look ahead to the rest of the weekend's fixtures, and as Josh there perfectly paints the penalty spot, we'll be asking, can Lincoln do it again?
But Lincoln are in great form, and I think will really fancy their chances.
It's throbbing with anticipation of what's to come. Ipswich to win it here. 4 minutes of stoppage time to play.
And now, here come Lincoln on the break. Arnold's quick! Arnold's through!
Arnold to win the cut-on! Arnold to put!
Nathan Arnold is the hero!
Lincoln City through in the dying seconds!
Well, we wondered whether this would be an historic night, and it's going to be.
What a night! The National League side!
What a moment! They've embarrassed Ipswich Town.
Utterly unbelievable. I'll tell you what, if there was a baby being born at Lincoln County Hospital tonight, I hope he's called Nathan.
We shall investigate that a little bit later on. Looking forward to this today. So here we are then, non-league Lincoln, top of the National League, taking on Brighton a little bit later on in the fourth round of the FA Cup, top of the Championship. And as you can imagine, for a big game like this, they are in early. Look at them all. They're exciting, it's understandable. The FA Cup is here with us, and also, we don't disappoint you here in Lincoln. We have brought Dion Dublin and Graham Lasso for Football Focus as well. They love you, Dion. They love you.
Somebody has to. Somebody has to.
I've been doing my research as well. You can tell it's a big week here because, you know, Honey G has been performing in Lincoln this week as well.
We missed out then. We missed out.
We'll be focusing a lot on Lincoln today, but, you know, Lincoln and Sutton, two non-league sides in the fourth round of this competition. It's fantastic for the Cup, isn't it?
It's rare. Very rare. Happened a few years back when I was playing. A long way back when I was playing. But no, it's great. I think it's great for the clubs, you know, bit of revenue and a day out for the families as well, you know. Great to see so many kids here as well.
And Graham, I mean, yes, it's a great day out, as we often say at this stage of the competition, but you speak to these fans, we'll have a word with a few of them later, they genuinely think they've got a real chance against a team who are top of the Championship because Lincoln, real sense of community here, and they really feel they can do it again.
Well, the team, the club and the town, city has got a huge identity built around the success and what's happening on the pitch. And you see what they did against Ipswich. It took them 2 goes, but what character they showed and quality at the end, and they deserve to win it. So why shouldn't they believe? Absolutely.
No, I agree. You have to believe. You have to be very honest with yourself as well, because if you go in thinking, right, win this one, we'll get the next one, that disappointment, if you lose, can now be taken into the league. So you've got to be realists as well, you know.
Okay, I want to get some early predictions in the programme. Okay. So let me introduce you down here to Owen and Devlin. Devlin, we'll come to you first. How old are you, Devlin?
I'm 4 years old.
Okay, and you support... So you got your Lincoln... You're 5 years old. That's all right. That's okay. Good maths. I'm going to ask you a maths question now. What do you think the score's going to be today, Devlin?
1-0.
To Lincoln?
Yeah.
Well, that's worth a round of applause, isn't it, from young little Devlin? And Owen, what about you?
I'm 8 years old.
Yes. Okay, and the score?
1-0.
1-0, determined. Right, Owen, can you look down that camera there for me and say, this is what's coming up on Football Focus. Ready?
This is what's coming up on Football Focus.
History boy Wayne. Thank you. All right, goodbye. Seeing in his home team dugout a little bit later. One thing I really need to tell you, a brilliant fact from this week. Did you know that they've been keeping the grass in tip-top shape here by actually borrowing some cannabis lamps from the local police force, all legal and above board. But they don't really need them because the club, with that sense of community, are on a bit of a natural high at the moment. Everything is going their way. I don't know if you saw, but at 4:30 in the morning, there were people queuing up all this week to try and get hold of some tickets for this game against Brighton today. And we're going to make our way all the way down. Good morning, afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for a warm welcome. This is the away team dressing room in there. Brighton getting ready. Hi, fellas. And we're going to walk all the way down here towards the home team dressing room, where we're actually going to be a little bit later on with the man who scored the goal in the last round, Nathan Arnold. But we're going to go in and have a word with the managers this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Cowley, lovely to see you, boys.
And you.
Thank you very much for your time.
How are you?
What are you watching now? Were you doing a bit of video analysis?
Yeah, just watching the last bit of Brighton.
What's this week been like? I was talking about the guys sort of queuing up for tickets at 4:30 in the morning. The sense of anticipation and excitement, it must be hard for you to keep it all together at times like this, Nicky.
Yeah, it's been crazy, to be honest. We've been going out for training. We've had crowds, queuing up all around the stadium, and it's been pretty special. To be
And what
honest.
about from a boss perspective, Danny? What's it been like for you?
No, it's been fantastic. It's great. Obviously, the magic of the FA Cup has certainly landed in Lincoln, and the buzz around the place has been great. And I think this journey that we've been on has really allowed us to connect with the city and the people.
And I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's because the people of Lincoln have bought into the fact that you two are working so hard. You're doing 20-hour days, and that sense of community they're talking about, it's the first time it's been here for a long time, and that must bring a real sort of sense of pride with it, in addition to the fact that you're playing good football, top of the league and in the fourth round of the FA Cup.
Yeah, no, I think when we arrived, the thing that we wanted to try to do is connect the people back with the football club. The club had been relegated 5 years ago and kind of drifted ever since its relegation. And when we arrived, we just felt it was still in mourning, and just wanted to try to bring an enthusiasm and a work ethic, and we've tried to do that. And our players have been great. We've got a really honest, hard-working group of players, and since day dot, they've bought into everything that we've asked of them. And for us, there's a natural connection and a natural chemistry between us and the supporters, because I think we've got similar traits.
And from this whole sort of brothers' perspective, does it get awkward? Does it get easier with success? Do you fight amongst each other?
No,
not anymore.
No.
When we were kids, maybe when we were kids.
I'm not meaning physically. I mean verbally. Do you sort of argue? Is it easier to talk to somebody who's your brother?
I think we have our moments, in management teams, whether you're brothers or not. You don't always agree, and it's important that I'm a strong personality for Danny and don't always agree with him for the sake of it. We'll always give our own opinions, and the greatest thing about our relationship is the trust that we've got, and we've got a real togetherness, and that's how we want our players to be as well. We want them to be together and up for the challenge, because we've got a big one today.
So can I ask you what happened against Barrow then? Because you lost 3-0 against Barrow.
Yeah.
Was that because it's hard to maintain that focus and you had this big cup tie coming up?
No excuses. We started the game well against Barrow. First 10 minutes, conceded a poor goal. Barrow were excellent thereafter, and I wouldn't want to do their performance a disservice by making excuses for ours. We try to be a no-excuse mentality, and we come up short. When you concede poor goals away from home at difficult places like Barrow, you certainly give yourself an uphill task, and we didn't get to our levels. And all of us have had a lot of praise recently, and on Tuesday night we got the criticism that probably we deserve, and we have to shoulder that and be big enough to learn from it and move forward.
Are you able to enjoy the build-up to a game like this? I mean, to give you an idea, we came here very early this morning, and Danny walked in the dressing room and was offering us a cup of tea. I thought you had more important things to worry about, but you seem very relaxed. It seems you're taking this whole experience in your stride as a club and as individuals as well.
Yeah, I think you have to embrace and enjoy it. For us, the fourth round of the FA Cup was beyond our wildest dreams. When we started out at Concord Rangers, we'd come in the second. No, you'd come in the second qualifying rounds. You'd have to do 2 qualifying rounds just to get to the qualifying rounds. You'd have 4 qualifying rounds and then the first round proper. So to be a game away from being in the last 16 of the FA Cup is pretty amazing for us. So no, we're gonna suck it in, and we're gonna try to enjoy it as much as we
Rightly so.
can.
Look at the smiles on their faces. You can tell how much it means, guys. I really appreciate you talking to us, the pair of you.
No, thanks for
so
coming.
close to kick off. Thank you very much for that. The Liverpool against Wolves games is the early one today in the FA Cup fourth round, and let's get the team news on that from Martin Fisher. Amy Raven.
These players already know what it's like to slay a giant in the FA Cup.
On the break now,
And I'm here today to show them it's just like performing a magic trick.
Arnold to win the cutter.
All you need is confidence,
Lincoln City through.
composure,
In the dying seconds.
and perfect timing.
What a night.
One of the things I love the most about football, I'm a massive football fan, is this, right? The fact that you are never on your own. I do most of what I do on my own, and I'll never have that looking out for me. And every now and then I can do a trick with someone who's like a helper. And this is my assistant. He's going to do this trick now. Can I borrow your hand for a second? Very important that he does not see or hear anything. So can I put your hand on top of that for me? I'd like you to have a think. Massive game, okay, against Brighton. I want you to think 2 things. Number 1, what's the score going to be? And who's going to score the first goal? Amy, could you help me out with this? We need a card that we're going to write this information down on. Could you just say stop for me somewhere, wherever you like? Stop. Brilliant. Dude, have you got a score in your head? Could you write down for me what you think the first score will be and who's going to be the first scorer? Now, we're going to lose the card back in the middle. I'm not going to do anything from this point on. You're happy he cannot see the card now. It's hidden away. Can you take out our little stick man for us, please? I need you to roll him up into a little football. We're going to place the cards back in the pack, and when you're done, you hold him nice and tight. Check out that bad boy. We're going to put our magician, our assistant, inside our little cannon. Can I borrow him for a second? We're going to stuff him inside the cannon, and then I'm hoping he's going to find our card. We're going to need a bit of encouragement, guys. He's a bit shy, right? Can I have a... Oh! Stop. That is rubbish. Do it again. Our little stick man has burnt himself through the cards, right? Now, you can see very clearly there is a stick man-shaped hole through all of these cards. Until we get down to 1. Dude, what was the score you thought it would be? 1-0. And who did you say the first scorer would be? Nathan. Guys, if we look through, you see one card has, don't turn that over just yet, a stick man on it. Guys, all of the rest, absolutely nothing, just one. Show the camera. Guys, give a round of applause.
I need some explanation of that trick. I need to watch that again. It's absolutely baffling me. Here we are in the Lincoln dressing room with Matt Reid, who'll be taking on the might of Brighton from the Championship. Now, we've spoken to the managers. We've got Graham and Dion with us here as well. Is it a day when you feel a little nervy, or the fact that you've taken on Ipswich here and beaten a Championship side already, does it feel a little bit more comfortable, perhaps?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the experience of the previous rounds is going to help us, but we're playing a very good team today, and we're going to have to match, if not do better than what we've done before.
Do you try? Managers will always say, and I'm sure you do as well, take each game as it comes. But it's not a normal game. It's not been a normal build-up. There've been fans outside the ground all week from 4:30 in the morning trying to get tickets for this. There's a huge expectation on you and on the team, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously the underdog title that we've got is one that we'll embrace, and hopefully we'll get a result. But it's something we're looking forward to, and we'll give our best shot.
Matt, sorry, Graham. Do you or has the manager approached this game the same as he did the Ipswich game, or have you changed it because it's Brighton and they're flying?
We've done all the stuff that we need to do about Brighton. We've watched loads of videos on them like we do every game, so it's not been any different for us, which is good, really. So, like I say, it's a tough ask, but I think we'll give it the best shot.
Obviously, the way you're playing, the style of football you play, what are you looking for from your teammates? Who's going to be the guy that gets you an opportunity?
The wingers, set pieces is a massive opportunity for us. I think we scored quite a few from set pieces. But yeah, there's a lot of goals in the team. I think we're one of the top scorers in the league. So yeah, it's a good opportunity.
Just cross it for him. Just cross it. Put it in the box for him, man.
You're listening, lads.
What has the influence of the Cowley brothers been? Because they. I know they're very detailed. They spend such a long time preparing you with sort of video analysis, all that sort of stuff. What difference have they made to this club? Because I know there was a time when you were thinking of leaving Lincoln.
Yeah, definitely. Since from day one, I spoke to him in the pre-season, the managers, and they've been unbelievable. You can see they're so professional and they won't do well. They give you every opportunity they can to be successful, and I think we've got a good opportunity this year, and I think we'll do it. They won't leave a stone unturned to bring success to this team.
Do you think? And I know that there's quite a few of your playing partners watching in the background, probably waiting for you to make a slip up of some sort. But do you think the players have a belief that today could be one of those days? Is there that sort of confidence, that inner feeling that you can do it? There's a belief. I mean, there's signs all over the dressing room, all over the club. Are you a player who looks at those sort of things and needs a little lift before a game?
Not really, but not a game like this, you don't need a lift. But we've obviously got belief from the previous game, and I think it's, like I say, it stands in good stead. We've got nothing fear today. We played against the Championship team and away from home, and we're at home today, so it gives us a bit more opportunity.
There's one other thing I wanted to mention. At the end of the game on BBC Radio Lincolnshire, the commentator said, if there's a baby being born in Lincoln tonight, they need to call them Nathan. Well, after Nathan Arnold, who scored the goal. There was a baby born that night, but they didn't call it Nathan. They called it Bradley, after Bradley Wood, the club's right back.
Must have had a bet or something on Brad Wood's score. No, I didn't know that, boy. They've obviously got the name wrong, haven't they?
Obviously, Bradley must have had a good game. Thank you very much. Listen,
Cheers,
enjoy the game today, enjoy the experience, and we'll see what happens come 5 o'clock. Well, after thrashing Bournemouth 3-0 in round 3, Millwall face more Premier League opposition in the shape of Watford. And Ivan Gaskell has been to see the club's record goal scorer and geography. Have a look at this. This is the wonderful Lincoln Cathedral. You can actually got a pretty clear view of it from the director's box, which is where the man who's joined us will be hopefully sitting this afternoon, Paul Barber, who is the chief executive from Brighton. We've talked a lot about Lincoln today, understandably, but from Brighton perspective, I mean, top of the Championship, is this the sort of game that you don't want, do you, at all, Paul?
Not really at this stage, but you know what? Lincoln have been going really well. They're having a great season. We're enjoying a good season as well, and it should be a great cup tie.
Are there concerns from a player's point of view? I mean, I know that Chris Hughton was saying he might make a few changes for this game, but it's at this stage of the season, from a Brighton point of view, it's about keeping that momentum going, isn't it? You don't want to lose any games.
No, we don't want to lose any games. We also want to give our squad an opportunity to play as well. There's a few lads that haven't had as much football as they would have liked, so I'm sure they'll see some football today. But no, keeping the momentum going, keeping the confidence up. Looking forward to another big game on Thursday at Huddersfield and get through this one, and we've got a 5th round to look forward to, so we'll see.
Getting through it, I think, is it's a very good way of putting it. We were actually talking, we had Anthony Knockout on the programme a few weeks ago, and we were talking in the studio about Brighton, and you're all set up, aren't you? I mean, you are a Premier League set-up playing in the Championship at the moment, and your fans are, you know, they really feel this could be the season after coming so close last time round.
Well, I was just talking to some guys down there. You know, we don't get anything for being top in January, and you know, that's something we've instilled throughout the club. You know, the players, the manager, the coaches, all of the staff. We know we've still got a lot of work to do in the second half of the season. There's a lot of very good teams in the Championship. We want to get there. We're set up to get there, but there are no guarantees. We know that.
Like I say, Paul, you've got that setup. You've got the structure behind the manager and behind the team. Do you feel that you need anything else to kick on?
I think we just want to try and keep everyone fit, try and avoid suspensions, you know, silly red cards and bookings and stuff like that. And obviously in the Championship you do need a little bit of luck. And you know, I think last year we perhaps lacked a little bit of luck at key times. But no, we're just going to try and keep going. And you know, we're a humble club. We've got, you know, very modest beginnings to our club, and we've been through a lot over the years. So if we were able to make it, we'd be delighted.
Paul, how have you got to where you are today? Because I played at the old stadium. And look at Brighton now, and I think you've come a million miles. So professional, the stadium's amazing, the team are doing so well. I think you've got a fantastic manager. How have you achieved it in such a short space of time?
Well, we're very lucky. Tony Bloom, our chairman, has invested a huge amount of money in the club. He's invested that money in infrastructure, the stadium, as you say, and the training ground. He's also, you know, gone out of his way to hire the best possible people at all levels of the club. And obviously, Chris Hughton has done a fabulous job since he came into the football club, and we're very lucky to have him.
Paul, listen, wish you all the best today. Thanks for talking to us. It's currently Liverpool 0, Wolves 1 at Anfield. You can follow all the games this afternoon across the BBC. Do you know what? This is how warm a welcome we've had from Lincoln. After the game today, we've been invited round someone's house for pie and chips, if you fancy it.
Have you really?
Okay.
I'll see you there.
Okay. We're all in. Warning now, Dion's got a big appetite for that sort of thing. A couple of things to tell you before we go. Predictions are on the BBC website from Radio 1's Adele Roberts and 1Extra's A. Highlights of the Aussie Open final between the Williams sisters on BBC One in 15 minutes' time. But we thought we'd leave you with the star of the programme today. Owen, get yourself in here. Okay. Owen said hello, so Owen's going to say goodbye as well. So Owen, straight down that camera over there. You know what to say. It's over to you. Owen from Lincoln. Up the camera, up there, just up there. There you go.
Yeah. So, over to you.
Can we remember what's coming up later? Remember I mentioned it to you earlier. But the
magic of the cup. Oh, the magic of the cup.
There you go. We'll leave you with something to get you loosened up for a brilliant weekend. Owen, you're a star. We'll see you again soon.
Yeah. See you again. Bye for now.
He's off. Goodbye.
Fitch, it's through for Sutton. Lifted it beyond Shea and won the tie beyond all doubt. Sutton United have done it.
Score equalises. Bedlam behind that goal. Ferguson into the box. He scores for Millwall. And that is an absolute present